Back again on the Jump Scare Story channel. For this story, there is a story entitled When Life is Only One Jolt. Before we continue with the story, press the like button on this video and don't forget to press the subscribe button on this channel. Also turn on the notification bell so you don't miss other stories. And what is the story like this time? Let's go straight into the story. The laundry room door slammed shut, its echo bouncing between the rows of neatly lined up washing machines. "Don't, please," Sheila said in a muffled voice. Emma immediately covered Sheila's mouth roughly with a cloth. "Don't even try it," Emma whispered. "Hurry up and drag her." Olive and Mia immediately dragged Sheila's tiny body to the corner of the room. "Who do you think you are to dare to fight us?" Olive hissed while gripping Sheila's arm tighter. Sheila struggled, her breath panting behind the wet cloth, her eyes staring blankly at the door that had been locked tightly. "My father, the principal, will not stay silent if anyone finds out about yesterday's math assignment." Emma approached, her face cold and expressionless. "Olive's father was the police. If we said you cheated, who would believe us, a poor child like you?" Mia chuckled softly. "My father has the biggest textile factory in this city. If necessary, he could buy this entire school." Sheila's body trembled, not because of the cold, but because she realized how alone she was in this situation. The sound of the washing machine button being pressed. "What are you guys doing?" Sheila's voice was silent behind the rag. "Teaching you a lesson," Emma answered while opening the lid of the large washing machine. "Put him in," Emma ordered. "No, don't." Sheila tried to struggle harder, but her strength was no match for 3 people at once. Olive and Mia lifted Sheila's body roughly. Sheila felt her feet being lifted off the cold tile floor. "If you're quiet, maybe we won't bother you," Mia whispered in Sheila's ear. "But if you scream, we can make you regret it for the rest of your life." They put her in the large washing machine drum. The cramped space smelled of chlorine and used school uniform soap. Sheila felt the cold metal against her back. "Stop it, please!" Sheila's voice trembled. "I promise I won't tell anyone about the assignment." "Too late," Emma said, then pressed a few buttons on the control panel. "You already know too much." The engine started to spin slowly. Sheila felt her world start to spin and started to attack her stomach. But what was more frightening was that Sheila realized that her friends were really serious. "Stop it!" Sheila shouted. But the sound of the engine got louder, swallowing Sheila's trembling voice. "Later we'll say she committed suicide," Olive said casually. "A child who is depressed because of family economic problems," Siska replied. "Your father can arrange everything, right?" Mia looked at Olive confidently. "Of course. Cases of school children committing suicide are commonplace. No one will suspect anything," Olive answered with a puffed-out chest. Sheila heard their conversation faintly among the increasingly loud roar of the engine. Her head started to feel dizzy and her vision blurred. "What if someone is looking for her?" Mia asked. "Who would look for a child like her?" Emma chuckled. "Her father is just a street sweeper. Her mother is dead. No one cares." Olive chuckled. Those words cut deeper than the physical pain Sheila experienced. No one cares. Maybe that was true. A strange sound was heard from inside the washing machine. "Get me out." Sheila's voice grew weaker. "I can't breathe." But the three girls stepped back, watching the spinning machine with their own satisfaction. How much longer? How much longer? "Wait until he is silent," Siska answered coldly. Sheila felt her consciousness begin to drift. Her lungs felt like they were burning. The bones in her body seemed to be slowly coming apart. In a slower rotation, she saw the faces of her three torturers through the washing machine glass. There was no regret in their eyes. There was only a cold stare and satisfaction. Then everything went dark. An hour later, they dragged Layla's body, which was no longer moving, to the top floor of the school building. The corridor was quiet. Only the sound of their shoes on the marble floor could be heard. "From here, it looks like she jumped on her own," Mia said, evaluating the height of the third floor. "Make sure there are no fingerprints on her clothes." Emma checked Sheila's uniform, which was wrinkled and wet. Mia took out wet wipes from her bag. "I've cleaned everything." They placed Sheila's body on the edge of the balcony, arranging her position as naturally as possible. Emma took out her cell phone and typed something. "I've sent a message to the class group saying Sheila looked gloomy today and went upstairs alone after the last lesson." "Good," Mia laughed with satisfaction when she saw Sheila's body land perfectly on the ground floor. "Now let's go down the back stairs. Don't let anyone see us together," said Emma. Mia checked her watch. "In 15 minutes, the security guard will be around here. Perfect timing." They parted ways in the corridor, each taking a different path towards the school gate, as if they had never met that afternoon. In the laundry room, a wet cloth lay in the corner of the room. A faint brown stain was visible on its surface, a stain whose origin could not be explained. The afternoon wind blew through the air ducts, carrying the cloth slowly like a last breath that was not uttered. At 6:30 in the afternoon, the sound of screams broke the school complex. Mr. Darman, the night security guard, ran towards the source of the sound in the backyard of the main building. He found a female student lying motionless, her uniform wet, her hair messy, her eyes open, staring blankly at the evening sky that was starting to darken, and blood was seen seeping out profusely from the back of her head. "Oh my God," he muttered while reaching for the walkie-talkie. "Emergency situation in the main building. A student has died." Oh my God. In a matter of minutes, the quiet school suddenly became filled with the sound of ambulance and police car sirens. The teachers who were still in the school gathered and whispered in concern. "Who is she?" asked Mrs. Ronnie, the guidance counselor. "Sheila is from class 12A, answered Mr. Darman. After checking the student card that was still hanging around the neck, the victim, "Oh my God, Sheila, that smart child," said another teacher, Mrs. Ronnie, nodding sadly. "Her child is indeed quiet. Maybe there are problems that she is keeping to herself." The police who came did a brief inspection. There are no signs of violence. What is clear is that no valuables were missing. The position of the body, there are no eyewitnesses. Most likely suicide, said Senior Police Commissioner Joko Hartono, who happened to be Olive's father. Cases like this have happened often. Children nowadays are easily depressed. Sheila's father came half an hour later, his face pale and his hands trembling when he saw his daughter's body. He was a simple man in his 50s, wearing work clothes that still smelled of street asphalt. Layla couldn't have committed suicide, he said in a hoarse voice. She was a strong child. She had dreams. But who would listen to the testimony of a street worker? Mr. Doney, the principal, came with a serious face. Behind him, Commissioner Hartono had prepared an official statement. We believe this is a case of suicide due to mental stress. The school will provide counseling to other students to prevent similar incidents, Mr. Doney said firmly in front of local journalists. The case was then closed, simply and neatly. In the distance, 3 figures stood behind a shady tree. Emma, Olive, and Mia observed the situation. Perfect. No one suspected anything. But when they were getting ready to go home, the afternoon wind blew again, this time stronger, carrying the scent of detergent mixed with the smell of pandan and the smell of blood. In the locked laundry room, the washing machine that had been used suddenly started on its own, spinning without water and soap, only producing a metallic sound that echoed in the quiet room. One turn, one jerk, Sheila was gone. The sound of the landline telephone broke the morning. Layla's father woke up from his sleep on an old wooden chair. Last night, he couldn't sleep soundly, as if something was haunting his sleep. His red eyes stared at the telephone that was ringing loudly. "Good morning, Mr. Trisno. I'm from the village office," said someone on the other end of the phone. "Yes, what's up?" "Regarding your daughter's funeral yesterday, there are some administrative matters that need to be resolved." Mr. Trisno took a deep breath. Even after his daughter's death, problems continued to come.
Okay, I'll come. He hung up the phone and stared at Sheila's photo lying on the table, a junior high school diploma photo showing her daughter's cheerful smile, a smile he hadn't seen again in the last 2 months. Sheila couldn't have committed suicide, he muttered for the umpteenth time. 2 days after the simple funeral at the village cemetery, Mr. Trisno's rented house felt quieter than usual. Neighbors occasionally came, bringing food, but they whispered in tones that made Sutrisno restless. The whispers pierced deeper into the recesses of his heart from the sadness of temporary loss.
Meanwhile, at school, the atmosphere had returned to normal. Students came as usual, chatting and laughing as if no one had died. "Did you hear that the laundry room has been making strange noises lately?" Mrs. Rena whispered to her friend during break. "What's that noise?" Mr. Darman said the washing machine often turns on by itself, even though no one is using it. Maybe it's just an electrical short circuit. But Mr. Darman said it also smells strange, like the smell of detergent mixed with pandan leaves and the smell of blood. At the end of the corridor, Emma walked with firm steps, her face calm, but her eyes occasionally glanced towards the laundry room, whose door was tightly closed. "Siska, why are you pale?" Mia asked, following behind her. "It's nothing, just lack of sleep." Emma sighed heavily. "Another nightmare?" Mia knitted her eyebrows. Emma stopped walking. "What dream? You said yesterday you often had strange dreams about the sound of a washing machine spinning continuously." Mia fixed her bangs. Emma looked at Mia sharply. I never said that. But yesterday you called, forget it. Emma cut in, then walked quickly, leaving the confused Mia. 2 p.m., school closing time. The corridor was starting to get quiet. Only a few students were left who were taking extracurricular activities. Olive walked towards the student council room to get the books she had left behind. When she passed the laundry room, she heard a strange sound. The sound of a washing machine spinning, even though there shouldn't be any washing activities at this hour. Olive stopped. She sharpened her hearing. The sound of the rotation was rhythmic, like a slow heartbeat. Maybe Mrs. Dewey forgot to turn it off. But then she remembered Mrs. Dewey had been home since this morning. Olive's heart beat fast. The click of the door opening. Olive turned around. There was no one. The afternoon wind blew through the corridor, carrying a familiar scent of detergent mixed with the stench of blood. Olive felt goosebumps on the back of her neck. She quickened her steps towards the student council room. Behind her, the sound of the washing machine spinning suddenly stopped. That night, Mia sat in her luxurious room doing her math homework, but her concentration kept breaking. A message came in on her cell phone. Don't forget our promise. The secret remains a secret. An unknown number. Mia frowned. Who is this? She tried to call the number, but it was inactive. A second message came in. Sheila knew everything. Mia threw her cell phone on the bed. Her heart was beating fast. It must be Emma or Olive who was playing around, even though her voice was shaking. But the third message that came in made her blood freeze. I'm still in the washing machine. It's so cold in here. Help. Mia screamed, waking up the whole house. The next day, the three friends met in the school cafeteria. Their faces were equally pale and tired. You also got a strange message? Emma asked in a low voice. Olive and Mia nodded. The same number? Yes, and the message was about Sheila. They looked at each other for the first time since the incident. Fear began to gnaw at their composure. Someone must know. It's impossible that we've already cleaned up all traces. So who sent that message? Siska's eyes widened. The three of them were silent. The same name kept rolling in their minds. Sheila. Don't be stupid. Dead people can't send messages. Emma tried to convince herself. Someone must have seen us at that time. Emma tried to think positively. Or is there CCTV that we don't know about? They agreed to check the laundry room again after school. That afternoon, the school corridor was completely quiet. Only the sound of their shoes echoing could be heard. The doors locked. Olive checked the doorknob. I have a duplicate key. Emma took out a key from her bag. The door opened. The smell of detergent immediately attacked their sense of smell, more pungent than usual. The lights were off. Mia looked for the switch on the wall. The lights flickered a few times before turning on fully. The room looked normal. The washing machines were neatly lined up, a pile of dirty clothes in the corner. Look, nothing strange. Emma stepped in. Olive headed towards the washing machine, which was in the corner, the same machine they used 3 days ago. There was something on top of the machine. They approached. On top of the washing machine lay a piece of cloth, the same cloth that was used to cover Sheila's mouth. How could it be here? Mia took the cloth with trembling hands. The cloth was clean, but there was a faint brown stain on the corner, a familiar stain. We already threw this cloth away, Olive whispered, her voice sounding a little shaky. Someone must have taken it from the trash. Emma tried to think logically. Suddenly, the washing machine turned on by itself. The drum spun slowly, making an echoing sound. Who turned it on? No one touched any buttons. The washing machine spun faster, as if there was something inside. The washing machine lid opened by itself. Water came out heavily, wetting the floor. But it wasn't ordinary water. It was cloudy and smelled fishy. They ran helter-skelter out of the room without having time to close the door behind them. The sound of the washing machine was getting louder, mixed with other sounds. The sound of crying, a sound they knew, Sheila's voice. That night, Mr. Trissno couldn't sleep. He sat on the terrace of his rented house, staring at the dark sky. Beside him was a cardboard box containing Sheila's things from school, things that the school had returned yesterday. Mr. Trissno opened the box slowly. All the things were still neatly arranged with the scent of Sheila's cheap perfume. At the bottom of the box, he found a sound that made him stop breathing. A uniform button was not an ordinary button. This button was torn, as if it had been pulled out by force, and at the end there was a thread still attached, a white thread like from a rag when Sheila was attacked. Mr. Trissno got up and put the button in his pants pocket. Tomorrow he would go to the police. His testimony might not be believed, but this physical evidence was different. His son did not commit suicide. His son was murdered. In Mia's luxurious family home, the girl was lying on the bed with her eyes wide open. Every time she closed her eyes, Sheila's image appeared. Her face was pale with empty eyes. Her mouth was open as if she was about to scream. Her phone vibrated again. "Why did you leave me alone?" Mia closed her phone hard, but the messages kept coming. "I'm lonely here. It's so cold. You guys have to come with me." Mia screamed, throwing her phone at the wall. The screen cracked, but the last message was still read. "Tomorrow I will come to pick you up." Mia fell unconscious on the floor of her room. In the morning, Mr. Darman, the school security guard, found a puddle of water in the corridor near the laundry room. The water smelled fishy and was cloudy. One jolt after another, the truth began to wriggle out. The sound of rusty door hinges broke the school server room. Mr. Johann, the IT technician, turned on his cell phone flashlight while muttering in annoyance. The electricity went out again, even though it was just repaired yesterday. He stepped carefully between the server racks that lined the corner of the room. An old computer was still on with a strange flashing blue screen. This one is still on. Mr. Johann brought his eyes closer, narrowing them to read the writing on the screen. The automatic CCTV backup file was running. The date displayed made him stop breathing. October 15th, the day of Sheila's death. This file should have been deleted. His finger moved to open the backup folder. Dozens of video files were neatly stored with detailed time records. Mas Johann clicked on one of the files. The screen displayed the school's quiet corridor. The camera pointed to the laundry room at 5:15 p.m. This must be the file they were looking for. At that time, Mas Johann remembered that a week ago the principal came with 3 people in black suits. They asked for all CCTV recordings from October 15th to be deleted. The reason was to protect the privacy of the victim's family. On the screen, the laundry room door opens. 3 shadows move quickly inside. The video quality is bad, but Mr. Johann can recognize the students' school uniforms. The video continues. 15 minutes later, when the shadows rush out, 2 of them seem to be carrying something. Oh my gosh. Mr. Johann enlarges the image. Even though it is blurry, he can see a limp body being carried out. This is not suicide. His hands are shaking as he copies the files to the storage disk. He knew very well that this evidence could change everything. The next morning, Mr. Trisno sat in the police station with a hopeful face. In front of him, Mr. Rudy, the police officer handling Sheila's case, looked unenthusiastic. Mr. Trisno, your daughter's case has been closed. There are the autopsy results and no signs of violence were found. This is the proof. Mr. Trisno took out a uniform button from his pocket. This button is torn. There must have been a struggle. Mr. Rudy glanced at the button. Buttons can tear because of many things. Things get caught or they are loose. This thread, sir, the white thread that is attached, must be from the cloth used for... Mr. Trisno, Mr. Rudy interrupted with a firm tone. I understand that it is difficult for you to accept the reality. I have worked for 20 years. There are many cases of teenage suicide, school pressure, economic problems, family, social life. Layla is not a weak child. Mr. Trisno's voice rose. She is enthusiastic about school, never complains. In fact, she often says she wants to study while working to help me. Mr. Rudy sighed. Okay, I'll keep this button as additional evidence. Don't get your hopes up. Mr. Trisno left the police station with unsteady steps. In the parking lot, he saw a young man approaching him nervously. Sheila's father? Yes. What's wrong? The young man looked left and right to make sure no one was listening. I have something that might be useful. Who are you? I'm Johann, the school's computer technician. I have CCTV footage of the day your daughter died. Mr. Trisno grabbed Mr. Johann's arm. What recording is this? Mr. Johann took out a storage disk. I can't give it to the police directly. Mr. Booty is close to the parents of one of the students. In Emma's magnificent house, the 3 friends sat with their eyes drooping. The messages are getting more frequent, Mia whispered while hugging a pillow. Yesterday, my cell phone turned on by itself at 3 in the morning, Olive added. The screen displayed a photo of the 3 of us in the laundry room. Emma stood pacing in front of the window. There must be someone stalking us, someone who knows what happened. Who? Maybe there were other students who saw it, or a teacher who came home late. Emma looked doubtful. Why didn't they report it to the police straight away? Why did they scare us? Emma was silent. Mia's question made sense. The 3 of them's phones rang at the same time, a message from the same number. At 5:30, come to the laundry room alone. Otherwise, everyone will know this. It must be blackmail, Olive tried to think clearly. Someone wants to ask us for money. How much money? Are our parents rich? Emma replied. It's not necessarily about money. Maybe he wants revenge because he knows Sheila well, Mia guessed. Emma clenched her fists. Whatever it is, we have to finish it tonight. I can't live like this anymore. How about the 3 of us come? Mia suggested. The message said to go alone. Emma frowned. Who wants to go? Olive shrugged. They looked at each other. No one dared, ignoring each other. I'll do it. My father is the principal. If anything happens, I can call the afternoon security guard. As evening approached, the school was completely deserted. Emma walked slowly down the corridor, her heart beating fast. The laundry room looked pitch black. The door was slightly open, as if inviting her to come in. "Hello? Is anyone there?" Siska whispered. In the doorway, there was no answer, only silence greeted. Emma took out her cell phone and turned on the flashlight. The light from the cell phone illuminated the laundry room. The washing machines were lined up as usual, nothing strange. Who sent the message earlier? The sound of her footsteps echoed in the silent room. She approached the washing machine in the corner where they tortured Sheila. On top of the machine lay the same rag as yesterday. This time there was something underneath it, a cell phone. Emma took the phone with trembling hands. The screen lit up, showing a gallery of photos. The first photo was when they dragged Sheila into the laundry room. The second photo was Emma gagging Sheila's mouth with a rag. The third photo was them putting Sheila into the washing machine. No way! Emma dropped the phone. The cracked screen was still lit, showing one last photo. The fourth photo, Sheila lying in the schoolyard with her eyes open. "Who's taking the photo?" Emma shouted into the empty room. The washing machine in the corner suddenly turned on, the drum spinning slowly, making a terrible creaking sound. The laundry room door closed by itself. Emma ran, banging on the door. "Help! Is anyone here?" No one heard her scream. Behind her, all the washing machines started to turn on, one by one. The spinning sounds mixed together like a terrifying chorus of death. The loom lights flickered rapidly. "I'm sorry, Sheila," Emma cried while hitting the door. "I didn't mean to kill you." Suddenly, all the sounds stopped. A tense silence enveloped the room. Emma turned around slowly. In the corner of the room, a dark shadow stood still, the figure of a woman in a soaked school uniform. "You don't regret killing me." The voice was cold as ice. "You're just afraid of being caught." Emma fell, her knees shaking violently. "No, I'm sorry." What a lie. The figure stepped closer. "You regret it because now your life is not peaceful." "Sheila, forgive me." Too late. The figure disappeared. The room lights turned on brightly. Siska woke up from her fainting, blinking her eyes many times. Emma sat alone on the cold floor, tears streaming down her hands. Her cell phone containing the murder photos was still on. That night, in Mr. Trisno and Mr. Johann's simple house, they sat facing an old laptop. The screen displayed a blurry CCTV video, but it was clear enough to prove the truth. Look, 3 female students came in and took someone out. Mr. Johann pointed at the screen. Mr. Trisno cried. His chest felt tight. "My child was murdered." The video quality is not good. With image enhancement technology, their faces can be made clearer. Can you do that? It will take a few days. "Sir, you have to be careful. If they know there is this evidence..." Mr. Trisno's cell phone rang, an incoming message from an unknown number. "I have copied the CCTV video. Tomorrow afternoon I will bring it to the media.
the perpetrator's family will not be able to keep their mouths shut anymore. Mr. Trysno and Mr. Johann looked at each other. "Who sent this?" asked Mr. Trysno. "It seems like there is someone else who has similar evidence," answered Mr. Johann while staring at the laptop screen which still displayed the deserted school corridor.
The corridor where the truth begins to be revealed. "Open the door," Mr. Rudy's voice echoed in the school hallway. 3 uniformed police officers followed behind him, boots clicking on the cold tiles. The door was locked from the inside. The school security guard tried the spare key several times, but it couldn't be opened. In the laundry room, Emma was still sitting weakly on the floor. Her cell phone, containing evidence of the murder, was clutched tightly in her hand. The washing machines were lined up in silence, as if waiting for a confession. "Emma, we know you're in there," shouted Mr. Rudy. Emma got up with trembling legs. "Help me! There's Sheila's ghost here!" "Open the door first. Let's talk outside," said Mr. Rudy. Emma turned the key with trembling hands. The door opened. The light from the corridor blinded her eyes, which were swollen from crying.
"How long have you been here?" Mr. Rudy looked at her suspiciously.
"Since this afternoon, sir. Someone told me to come and send a threatening message."
"Who?" Emma shook her head weakly.
"I don't know. Maybe Sheila's friend has a grudge?"
Mr. Rudy entered the laundry room and turned on the light. His gaze stopped on the cell phone in Emma's hand. "Whose cell phone is that?" said Mr. Rudy.
"I don't know. I found it on top of the washing machine."
"Give it to me." Emma hesitated for a moment. The cell phone contained evidence that could destroy her life. If Mr. Booty saw the photos of Sheila's murder, everything would be over.
"Emma, give me the phone now." Emma reluctantly handed the phone to Mr. Rudy. When she opened the gallery, her eyes widened when she saw the first photo. "Oh my gosh, this is a photo of you hurting Sheila." "Mr. Rudy, I can explain." "There's nothing to explain." Mr. Rudy called his officers. "Take her to the office right now." The police station interrogation room felt stuffy, even though the fan was spinning fast. Emma sat on a plastic chair with handcuffs on her hands. In front of her, Mr. Rudy stared sharply while holding a cell phone with photo evidence. "This is very clear. You, Olive, and Mia tortured Sheila to death." "We didn't mean to kill her, sir. We just wanted to scare her." "Scared her by putting her in the washing machine?" Mr. Rudy slammed the table. "It was murder," Emma sobbed. "Sheila threatened to report to the guidance counselor about cheating on the exam. We panicked, afraid our grades would be bad and we wouldn't be able to get into our favorite university." "So you killed her?" "We didn't know she would die after coming out of the machine. She was still breathing. We thought she just fainted." Mr. Rudy flipped through the files on his desk. "Then why did you throw her body from upstairs?" "Olive said that if Sheila regained consciousness and reported it to the police, we could be jailed. Mia suggested making it look like suicide." "Whose idea was it to throw Sheila's body from the top floor?" Emma was silent for a long time, her tears dripping onto the cold cement floor. "Who is Emma?" "Me," she whispered, almost inaudibly. In Emma's family's luxurious house, the principal paced back and forth restlessly in the living room. His wife sat on the sofa, her face pale as a corpse. "How come Emma was arrested by the police?" "Calm down, sir. I've called the best lawyer in town." The principal's wife tried to calm her down. Emma was still a child. At most, she was charged with a minor offense. The principal's cell phone rang, a message from a local reporter. "Sir, I have information that Emma was arrested in connection with Sheila's murder case. Can you confirm? The principal threw his phone on the sofa. The media already knows. The school's reputation is ruined. The important thing now is to save Emma first, sir. How do we do it? There's photo evidence. The principal's wife thought hard. We said Emma was threatened by the perpetrator, but in fact, she was a victim of blackmail. Who would believe it? The police would believe it if there was money. The principal looked at his wife. Scary. Do you want to bribe Mr. Rudy for the sake of our child's future? Why not?
The next morning, the office of the local media, Suara Rakyat, was crowded with residents. Mr. Treesno stood in front of the editorial desk with teary eyes. My child was murdered. There is video and photo evidence. Senior editor Mr. Heru examined the storage disk that Mr. Johan brought. The CCTV video was played repeatedly on the computer screen. This video clearly proves that there were 3 female students who took someone out of the laundry room, said Mr. Heru. The police have arrested one perpetrator last night, Emma, the principal's daughter. The others have not been arrested. Their families have great influence. Danny nodded in understanding. Okay, we will publish this news this afternoon with the main title. Thank you, sir. Sheila can rest in peace. That afternoon, the news of Sheila's murder became the main headline of Suara Rakyat. A photo of Emma in handcuffs was displayed large on the front page. At Olive's house, the police family gathered in tense silence. Olive's father, Commissioner Hartono, threw the newspaper on the table angrily. You guys are so stupid. Why didn't you say so from the start? We were scared. Olive lowered her head in fear. Now it's even worse. The media has intervened. What's going on, Dad? Is Nadia going to jail? Commissioner Hartono sighed heavily. Emma has confessed to the police. She mentioned both of your names. Olive and her mother cried together. Dad, help Olive. She's still a child. A child who killed another child. Commissioner Hartono slammed the table. Do you think your rank can protect a murderer? At Mia's house, the wealthy businessman's family was having an emergency meeting with a team of lawyers. 5 people in black suits were sitting around a large marble table. My child cannot be imprisoned, said Mia's father, Mr. Tegu, firmly, whatever the cost. Sir, this case has gone viral. National media has started covering it, said the senior lawyer. It's difficult to manipulate public opinion. So what's the solution? Mia must surrender herself, but we can propose social rehabilitation instead of imprisonment. Mia, who had been silent all this time, suddenly shouted, I don't want to be imprisoned. I don't want to. Calm down, son. I'll make sure you won't be jailed. How? Mr. Tegu whispered to the team of lawyers. They nodded in agreement. We'll say you have a mental disorder due to school pressure. You need therapy in a mental hospital, not jail. A month later, the trial began at the district court. The courtroom was packed with journalists and residents who wanted to watch. The 3 defendants sat in the dock with their respective lawyers. Emma looked thin and pale. Olive was crying continuously. Mia stared blankly with sad eyes. The charge of premeditated murder against Sheila, Mr. Trisno's daughter, has been proven by CCTV video and photos of the incident, said the public prosecutor. Emma's lawyer stood up. Your Honor, our client is still a minor. Please consider a criminal sentence. The prosecutor has a response. Your Honor,
Even though the defendant is a minor, their actions were sadistic and planned. We demand the maximum sentence according to the child protection law." The judge banged the gavel. The trial is postponed for a week to consider the verdict. In the audience, Mr. Treesnow looked at the three killers of his child with teary eyes. "I hope you will get the appropriate punishment in this world and the hereafter." The last night before the verdict, Emma dreamed about Sheila. They were both standing in a brightly lit laundry room. "You will be imprisoned for 5 years," said Sheila in a flat voice.
I'm sorry, Sheila. I'm really sorry. Regret won't bring my life back. I know, but I've changed. I won't hurt anyone anymore. Sheila smiled faintly. 5 years in prison will teach you the meaning of loss. Emma woke up in a cold sweat. In the corner of the room, she saw a white cloth hanging on a clothes hanger, the same cloth they used to gag Sheila's mouth. The verdict day arrived. The courtroom was full. As usual, the judge read the verdict in a firm voice. The first defendant, Emma, was proven to have committed murder and was sentenced to 7 years in prison. Emma fainted on the spot. Her parents screamed hysterically. The second defendant, Olive, was proven to have assisted in the murder and was sentenced to 5 years in prison. Olive cried and cried while begging for mercy. The third defendant, Mia, was proven to have assisted in the murder and was sentenced to 5 years in prison. Mia sat quietly on the bench without reacting at all. Mr. Treesnow cried with relief. Justice was finally served, even though it would not bring his child back. "Thank you, Sheila. Now you can rest easy." That night, Mr. Treesnow returned home with a relieved but empty heart. In Sheila's room, which had never been changed, he sat on a small bed while hugging his daughter's favorite doll. "Daddy has done what you asked, child. They were punished according to their actions." The night wind came in through the open window, moving the white curtains. "Now you rest in peace. Don't bother me anymore with strange dreams." Mr. Treesnow fell asleep in his son's room for the first time since Sheila died, a sound sleep without nightmares. The next morning, he woke up feeling peaceful. On Sheila's study table, a piece of white paper was neatly folded. Mr. Treesnow unfolded it, and Sheila's familiar handwriting was clearly visible. "Thank you, sir. Now I can go in peace. Take care of your health. Don't be too sad. One day we will meet again in a better place." Mr. Treesnow hugged the paper tightly while crying. This time his tears were not of sadness, but of happiness, because he could say goodbye to his child. Morning came, where Sheila finally calmed down after the truth was revealed and justice was served. One last jolt that brought peace after a series of jolts that brought truth. Okay, friends, that's all for this story. What do you think about this story? Write your comments in the comments column. For friends who have just joined, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel. And wait for the next horror stories on the Jump Scare Story channel. See you again.